let's sort the camera first. Apologies, I still don't have my new tripod. So I'm using this crappy thing now that's broken. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Thank you for watching me on my channel. I have to do this, Trevor, I'm sorry. I seen the start of Trevor's video and he had both thumbs up and he said, I don't know why I'm doing that. Something Paul Bogey would do. That actually made me feel a little bit less bad for all the times that I say subscribe to my channel. Why not? It's free. So I actually don't feel so bad for doing that now. So yeah, today for no longer than 20 minutes, the clock's on the phone, just keeps me on track. Why Heroin is the title of the video today, folks. So it will be relatively short in comparison to a lot of the videos that I've done regarding drug use. So I won't blabber on. I will just start and we'll see where we end up. And I'll try and fit as much into 20 minutes as I can. Young boy growing up, I had a few instances in my life where I pooped myself, I peed myself, I was bullied a little bit, I was an extremely ugly kid. Sorry to my wife and my mum for saying that because they hate when I say that, but it's true. I was extremely ugly in my eyes. So I go all the way through life and I always felt like I didn't really fit in. I always felt like a bit of an outcast. Couldn't put my finger on why I felt the way I felt, but that's how I felt. I became a bit of a joker. And the reason I became a joker is attention. Always attention seeking, you know, with my parents or people at school or in the workplace. I enjoyed to see people laugh, even although I was anything but laughing in the inside. It was a cover. It was a mask that I was putting on. So, you know, I go through life and then all my friends start taking heroin when I was 18 years old. And I never took it initially. I often get asked the reasons why I took heroin. So that's the purpose today, is to sort of give you a heads up as to why. There's lots of different reasons why people may take mind-altering drugs. Heroin or cocaine, alcohol, cannabis, tablets, ecstasy, magic mushrooms. You know, there's loads of different drugs and there's loads of different reasons why people would potentially take these drugs. For me, I was so inside myself all the time. Forever thinking back in my childhood or traumatic things in my childhood that I struggled with. That was my daily occurrence, even when, you know, I was a young man now, and all my friends are taking heroin, they're chasing the dragon, you know, and this is why I feel education is so important in the schools, is because I never knew really what chasing the dragon was. Smoking heroin. I never knew what it was. I never knew what it looked like, and I never knew what it would do to me. Very naive. There was no needles, no belts or no spoons. So when I noticed that my friends were taking the drug, a part of me thought, well, it can't be that dangerous because all my friends are taking it. I know it's heroin, but they're not injecting, so they can't get addicted. And that was sort of my mentality, I suppose, going through the early stages. So I'm sort of battling. I'm battling with these self-talk issues that I'm having. I know now that's what was happening. These conversations that I'm having with myself, not just in the mirror, but in most instances in my life, I'm catching glimpses of myself, or I'm hearing myself talking, and I don't really like the person. I didn't like me, and what happened was I always wanted to fit in with all my friends, and I had a huge argument with my mum one day. I think it was about car insurance, but I had a huge argument, and I remember leaving the family home extremely angry, and I knew my friends were all taking heroin. So I went to where they were taking the heroin, still full of anger. They had been offering me every day, and I'd always refused because I didn't really want to indulge in drugs like that. I know they're bad. I know they kill. Um, I knew that. My parents had taught me that. But I was extremely angry. And in my moment of weakness, I said to my friends, right, well, just give me the heroin then. Give me the tutor, which is a little silver tube on a tin foil. Just give me it, and I'll try it. So when I tried it for the first time, I was physically sick. I felt physically ill. I did not like the feeling. But something amazing happened in that moment. Was I did not care about the traumatic events in my childhood. I did not care how ugly I believed I was. I did not care how much of a loser I had convinced myself that I was. And that felt amazing for that moment, not having a care in the world. And I fell in love with that feeling. And the rest is history, shall we say. That's why, folks. So if you ever, I know it's a question that a lot of people will ask of me in the past, present, and a lot in the future. Why? So it's first time on YouTube, just being solely on YouTube. So that's the reasons why. That's the reasons why. There's a little bit of peer pressure. There was a little bit of trauma. There was a little bit of escape, and there was a big bit of anger. And that's why I done it. And unfortunately, because I continued to take heroin every day, it was only a matter of time before, in fact, I would become addicted. And very naively, none of us thought we would become heroin addicts. We thought we could stop at any time that we wanted. And that's the truth. And we used to joke and laugh about it in the car. Who will get addicted first? And we used to joke and laugh. And nobody's laughing now. And my friends have died. A lot of my friends have died as a direct result of us chasing the dragon all those years ago. So I am fully aware of how lucky I am to still be here, to be alive, to be inspiring people, to be helping people, to be doing all the things in the world that I'm doing. I know I'm extremely lucky. The message that I've got to share with this world is an important one. I've always believed that, and I always will believe it. It's not my fault that nobody really wants to give me a break. I'm not sitting here expecting anybody to get the little violin out for Paul Bogey. It's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. I'm doing it regardless. I'm following my dreams. I'm going to use YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, social media. I'm going to keep using that and keep banging the drum to get my message out there. And eventually, someone will take note of what I'm saying, and I will be able to help other people not fall into the same trap that I fell into, especially the kids. Because that is why it is so dangerous. Because those initial feelings that we get as human beings, sometimes we're going to fall in love with a feeling like that. And that's everything that we're going to want to do on a daily basis, is take that drug, whether it's heroin, crack, cocaine, alcohol, doesn't really matter. We're going to fall in love with it because that's the way human beings work sometimes. And I want to try and do everything in my power to prevent that. And I'll keep trying my heart out. And I'll keep getting rejected, and I'll keep getting refused, and I'll keep feeling disheartened by people's lack of support. That's a daily occurrence for me. I will keep feeling that way. But I will keep inspiring myself forever till the day I breathe my last breath. I will keep inspiring myself because I believe in myself. I believe in my message. I believe I can help people who do not even know who I am yet. And it is up to me to try and find these people before it is too late. Before the depression and the suicidal thoughts come in, and then ultimately, potentially, for someone to take their life as a direct result of drug abuse. So that's it. What we're on, 13 minutes. So there you go, folks. In a nutshell, that is the reasons why I took heroin, and that is the reason why I became a heroin addict. Because initially it allowed me to escape the shitty life that I was living. On reflection now, looking back, there was nothing really wrong with my life. I wasn't extremely ugly. I wasn't bullied very badly. I wasn't as bad as what I had convinced myself in my own mind that I was. And I realise that now looking back, but living through that at the time, it was pretty horrific for me. And heroin fixed it, and that's sad. So, yeah. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I see the comments. I can't see the comments. I can see the comments coming in, but like I said before, I have to disregard the comments. I appreciate your comments though. Yeah, I've just got the date through to go and see the Drug Minister of Scotland. The end of April, 27. This is a confirmation email, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see if they will take on board about what I say about the power of the mind. If they don't, then they don't. It doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop me going into schools and prisons like what I'm doing now, off my own back. But hopefully, touch wood, fingers crossed, they will understand the importance of my story, how I was able to get almost 19 years off heroin, go and join the army, write books, be a motivational speaker, push myself so far out my comfort zone it's unbelievable, and grow in strength day after day after day, still growing now, and I'll keep growing. It's amazing. I'm living it. If they didn't want to take that on board, or society doesn't want to take that on board, or social media doesn't want to take that on board, it has no bearing on me following my dreams. You know, it has to be an internal thing. I have to have that internal belief to allow me to get out of my bed in the morning and to start the day with a spring in my step, with my crushed spine, and no taking any drugs. 0 drugs. Pretty amazing. Right? It is pretty damn amazing. And I'm sorry if that comes across like I've got a huge ego. It is what it is. It is absolutely amazing that I take no drugs for this crushed spine, because I'm in shit state every single day with my back. Absolute agony with my back. Absolute agony. Can't get a decent night's sleep because of my back. Can't lift things. I can still do the housework on occasions. Hard. It is hard to live this life without drugs, because I know they'll probably take the edge off. Didn't want to be a drug addict, folks. And I'm proving it. As time goes on, and it keeps going on, I'm proving it. So that's what matters. That's what matters to me. If you are just joining, please remember and like and share this explanation. If you like, just coming up about 17 and a half minutes. So I'm not going to just keep talking for the sake of talking to take it up to the 20-minute mark. I hope that gives some of you an insight into my mindset. It gives you an insight into who I am and where I've came from, and the reasons behind why I became a drug addict in the first place. Because that is what I will be saying to the drug minister, that needs more work. Millions of addicts across the world that are struggling. It's great to work on the addiction side of things, but we actually have to start focusing more on the reasons why people become drug addicts in the first place. That's what needs to happen, in my opinion, and I, of course, do believe that I'm right. So, I will leave you in peace. I hope you are having a good day. I hope you've had a great weekend. Please don't forget, I've just put the spit it out, Paul. I've created the link for tomorrow. So Sean, who I used to serve with in the Scots Guards, who's got the new podcast, A Nail in the Fish, is coming on to talk to me tomorrow night at 7:30 for my Tuesday night live for an hour. So, yeah, hopefully we get somewhere close to what the numbers were like last week. They were up in 30, 40 for most of the live. If I can get anything close to that, I'll be happy. So hopefully you have been on the page and you've hit the little bell. And hopefully some of you have resubscribed, because I've had 7, 8 people unsubscribe to my channel. I know Trevor's had the same issue, right? So it's hard work, let me tell you that, trying to grow a channel and you've got 7 or 8 people unsubscribing. Don't know why, but of course it's their prerogative. So please keep checking. Right, under 20 minutes. Adios, amigos.